everybody, and welcome to our MT-1 press conference. We will begin with LaBonta and Kayla Sharple. For those on Zoom, please use the raise your hand feature and we will call on you. But we will start with questions in the room. Jillian, go for it.
Really for both of you, but Kayla, I suppose, just how good does it feel to get back? You know, a successful 2-game road stretch, but now you're back home, no travel, sleeping in your own bed. Just how excited are you for this week and, of course, to play?
With your puppy.
Yeah, with my dog. Don't tell TJ. No, I mean, we love playing at home. So we're very excited to be back. I actually think with that summer break, we were home for so long that the first 2 away games, we weren't like dreading them at all. We're like, okay, let's hit the ground running. And we've talked as a club, you know, we got those results, but didn't play our best. So we're really looking to kind of get back into the rhythm of things. And yeah, just CPKC Stadium and our fans, they allow us to do that. And the energy in the first 15 minutes, I think it's gonna be loud.
And, I mean, no secret, it's going to be super hot. How much does that going to play into the desire to play high intensity for 90 minutes? Does it make you just have to pick and choose a little more?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I
think she's still dogging it.
Absolutely, we have to pick and choose our moments, but we're still, you know, going to start off with a lot of intensity, but we want to try to keep that intensity and aggression like throughout the whole game. Of course, we know the weather is going to play a factor, but we're not going to be the only team being affected by it. Orlando will be too. So yeah, it's gonna be just picking those moments and sometimes being more composed and patient on the ball and circulating it, and then sometimes it's going to be taking the moments when we're in attacking transition or when they're giving us an opening.
And Kayla.
Yes.
Just congratulations, such a solid year for you. Got the nod in June, of course, and I don't know how many times Player of the Month, but just continuing to thrive, and it's seen across the whole back line, whether it be goals from you and Ebal or all the assists from Izzy and Haley. Can you talk through like what the key is to the success of this defense this year? Is it that individual brilliance or is it the collective unit?
I guess it definitely is a little bit of both, right? We have just across the board, not only defensively, but we just have a really talented group. So every single day in training, like it's super competitive and you have to put your best foot forward. You have to play your best in order to earn the starting spots. And no matter who's out on that field, like we're so confident in each other. And like you said, like we have that, I think, defensive prowess this year. And I think that comes from and stems from just with the coaching staff having a second year under their belt, and like we're just able to really fine tune those details and are way more structured and organized. So that's just been really, really great. And then also just to see people on the other side of it having some offensive contributions is almost like kind of like that cherry on top. Like the coaches sometimes say like, we play our best soccer when you almost like don't notice the defenders, right? Because we'll have the ball a little bit higher up the field and that we're in more control. So I think too, we've kind of seen that a little bit this year, but when our moments come, we show up.
Are you not one of Vlatko's favorites? Orlando, a lot of history with them just over the last year, or the result that was here last year. How much incentive, motivation does that give you, or do you even think about that to get the result?
Yeah, I mean, to say if we weren't competitive, we wouldn't think of those games at all, right? Like they came into our home, they were the first ones to beat us here, and so we felt that in. I think we'll always think about that, but this year, you know, we're really focused on ourselves, focused on the game at the end of the week, so we don't try and think about that stuff as much. So right now, we're just trying to win the game at the end of the week, that like we have been doing all year.
The team is 12 points above the second and third place team. What's different about this team this year that you are just constantly knocking out those results?
Well, I think it was part of the question earlier, if we're going to just keep going. I think we've you know, that was us last year because we had that attacking prowess. And so this year, you know, we've become mature and we know when to put our foot on the ball, switch it a couple times, then find the attack. But, you know, I definitely think we have 1 year underneath us. I think we achieved more than we could have possibly last year. So we're super proud of that. And this year it's like, all right, we didn't win it. Let's go and get it.
This could be for either one of you, but you beat them earlier in May. It's hard to beat a team twice. What do you think the key for another victory would be? Get out of here.
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, we always try to, like Lo said, think about the next game. So we're not really looking backwards and what we did in the past against them. Obviously, we do have some takeaways, what worked in the last game, and that's all on the coaches to decide how then we're going to have attack and defend this game and kind of have that game plan. But I think just a key is, again, absolutely like focusing on ourselves. Like I know sometimes it's repetitive, but like making sure the noise isn't too loud and we're not like buying into that, just focusing on the inner self and just making sure we're really sharp tomorrow. And yeah, like riding off the stadium and the fans and the energy will absolutely help when maybe in moments there will be a lull, just given an afternoon game. So just, yeah, I think the vibe is just we're really excited and we're hungry to get the win this week.
Any other questions in the room? We will turn it over to Zoom. Tom, if you want to go ahead and unmute your mic and ask your question.
Hi there. You all have definitely turned CPKC Stadium into a fortress, and a big component of that is obviously the fans. Is there any message that you would like to send out to the fans for this particular match, seeing as how it's the first league match back after the long break?
Yeah, I mean, I think I said it on the CBS call the other day. The fans feel, I think, just as pumped for this game as we are. So bring that energy. We're going to need you. It's going to be hot, but we're going to need the noise, and we're going to need you guys behind us.
Yeah, be loud, bring the passion.
Great note to end on. Thank you guys. Yeah. Cool. Welcome back, everybody, to our MT-1 press conference. We are joined by head coach. Same thing as before. For those on Zoom, please use the raise your hand feature, and we will turn it over for questions in the room. Jillian, do you want to start?
Yeah. Hi, Coach. Long time no see. Just wanting you to, if you can, put to words the value of being at home all week. Not only just the extra training at home in your facilities, the recovery for players, sleeping in their own beds, just that being at home, just kind of the.
A lot to do with the preparation. The preparation is not disrupted. There's a certain regimen, certain plan that we have that it's just easy to execute. We have great resources. We can train at the stadium. We can we have our own facilities. We can pick the right time and anything that we need. So it certainly helps in the preparation for any game that we have.
How would you say the week went, and how are you feeling about the match Saturday?
I thought it was a great week. It's one of those weeks, one of those games, or one of those opponents that I don't have to do anything to motivate the team. They're motivated. I mean, we're playing the reigning champions. So if we need to motivate them for this game, then we have a different problem. So we're very happy with the preparation and how it went. That we're motivated in trainings, worked really hard, and hopefully we can execute it tomorrow.
There's motivation because they're the defending champion, but is there also a little motivation because they were the first team that beat you at home last year?
From time to time you'll hear someone saying something about it, but not as much. I mean, I'm trying to remember. Maybe we were the first ones that beat them there earlier this season. So it kind of goes both ways, right? So the fact that we beat them there, actually, it's a big deal for us. Just not necessarily to show anyone, but to show ourselves that we're capable of doing that. We can do that. Now we just have to make sure that we do anything possible again to replicate that.
The first two games back in the second half of the season were good results, but maybe not the best performance by the team. How do you get back to that kind of dominant performance you had in the first half?
Yeah, results like that with the performance the way we had is it's not good, but at the same time it's good, because it's not good because you always want to play your best. But if you think about it throughout the season, no matter how good the team is, there's always going to be that little bit of a slow moment. And I hope those two games were the slow moment for us. And the good thing is that we won the games, but we acknowledge the fact that that was not the best performance. So we're not gonna just ride a wave and say, "Oh, that's great, let's move on to the next one," because then that's the moment when you get smacked in the face and brought down to reality. Where now we know that was not our best performance. We know that in order to be successful against a team like Orlando, we're gonna have to be the best version of ourselves. We're gonna have to play the way we do and stick with who we are.
And that's going to be a very warm day tomorrow, 95, 97 degrees, somewhere around there. Afternoon sun. How do you adapt and manage that kind of game?
Yeah, it's actually crazy because we play at home, and it's not a secret when we play at home that we're intense, we're fast, we start out strong. We're flying right off the gates, right? And now the question is only how long we're going to be able to sustain that, how long we're going to be able to get up in their face and put pressure, and how much is the weather going to affect us. That's something that I can't put a number to, but we'll see.
Marta is one of the best to ever play the game. She's coming back to Kansas City. How do you prepare your team for the presence that she brings?
Yeah, to prepare for Marta, it will take you a lot longer than a week. She is the greatest player that has ever played this game, and honestly, every time we play her, our team, our players get excited because any success that we get against her, it's a big time success. You're going against the best of the best, and she's shown that she's unpredictable and she can adapt, and she can come up with things that not many players can come up with. But it's an opportunity for us to grow from this game. I know that we're gonna have tough matchup, but at the end of the day, it is an opportunity to get ready for what we believe is going to be going forward. Is going to be another matchup in the playoffs.
One more for you, Coach. I'm not sure if you track numbers. I know you're a numbers guy, but this will be your 200th regular season game. So you're not aware. I remember, it feels like last week I asked you, and it was, I think, maybe 150, maybe some of the highlights of your coaching career, but now you're hitting 200. That's like a whole nother. How does that make you feel?
Feels great. It's been a wonderful career. I enjoyed being in this league. I've worked with numerous players and some of the greatest in this game. Going back to FC Kansas City to now the players that we have on our squad. Some wonderful people, wonderful players, and I've enjoyed it. Enjoyed every second of it. There's certainly a lot of highlights in that. I remember before I took the job in Kansas City for the second time here, the highlights were winning the championships, right? 2014-15. But now we have to add the first game at CPKC Stadium. I think that's probably one of the best moments in my career. The whole event, the game, everything about it.
Congrats.
And I think we have one question on the Zoom. Tom, if you'd like to go ahead and unmute your mic.
Hi, Coach. You talked about after last week's match that based off of the availability of some players, that you were kind of blessed to be able to have the kind of depth that you have based off of how hot it is going to be tomorrow. Do you think that you'll be tapping into that depth quite as early as you did in the last match, or will that kind of be match dependent?
It will be very much dependent. We'll see how things go. We make changes on halftime. We may do it a little bit after halftime, or even longer. I know it's not going to be an easy easy game to play, but it's not going to be easy for both teams. So we're both teams are going to play are going to have to deal with the circumstances.
And then one last question, Coach. You all have turned CPKC Stadium into your fortress, and obviously the fans are a big part of that. Is there any message that you have for the fans coming out for tomorrow's match after such a long season layover?
I feel like I don't have to ask them to show up because they're here. They show up big. They're loud, and we're very thankful for that because it does help us. The energy that they bring and enthusiasm is something that we strive off of. Something that carries us. Right off the bat, and something that carries us in tough moments too, when things are not going our way. So very thankful for everything that they do, and like I said, I don't want to ask them to show up because I know they always do when we need them. So I'm very thankful for it.
Another great note to end on. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, everyone.